Could Ivan maybe perhaps tell me one of my past lives, pretty please?
Okay. I want to say hi, Casey, before I really blink out on myself. And I say that because I feel my eyes change, and
correct.
They may or may not, but it just feels like I'm seeing things through a different set of eyeballs. And when I was connected with Casey, I just had water all around her, and I felt like more of a fisherman. And it's really interesting because I feel like I'm an Asian at this moment. I'm just a fisherman. That's all I do. Very practical, very down to earth person in that sense. It's like I hardly ever touched land though.
Okay.
So it's just I'm off, unload, and then I'm back out. Very loner in that sense. He only knew the people that was literally on the boat, and he was quite comfortable with that. And I think to me this is one of the reasons Casey's an out there person. Because she's experienced that, and she's going to really hope she's an out there person, because they're literally just linking them all together and saying you got to bring your water baby feet with you. It's interesting. This guy couldn't swim, yet he was constantly
in the water.
In the water, and I would have thought that we would. He was petrified of water, but he loved it that much that he was fighting his own.
Wow.
Yeah, I guess in a sense, inner demons to.
Yes.
To conquer that fear he had. We're going to ask, and you can reject it if you want, Casey, and that's okay, but that strength that Asian man had to do that, to conquer what was, his ultimate fear, can we bring that strength into with Casey? I'm just talking to her soul, her agreements in that sense, and ask if that's okay, because it seemed really intense that this guy lived and breathed the water, but really detested anything in the water, like showers.
Powerful.
This guy didn't shower or nothing. Didn't need to. It's just I have no motor on me or anything like that. So this is a boat that's a sailing boat. We've gone and we're out. Nothing like the trawlers are nowadays and everything like that. This guy did it for a living. I feel like I'm in Hong Kong, only because there's just hills and they're showing me now there's just buildings everywhere. But back then it was very
it would have just been the mountains in the background. Yes. Yeah,
and I just live on the water. That's all I do. I know no different. My family's with me. I don't know when Hong Kong was founded in that sense, but I feel like I'm in the 1860s. That's what it feels like for me.
Yeah.
We've got day classes technology. We've got simple tools. We can do what we've got to do, and that's it. Everything seems very primitive with them, but the feeling I've got is it was all about transformation and understanding himself, and he was a very philosophical person in that sense. So even with Casey, there's a lot of inner knowledge inside, or I rather call it wisdom, because knowledge is learned. Wisdom, there's a lot of it in there that just needs to bring back out.
Okay.
And that's, you remember it, you just got to use it. It's there. It constantly is there. I got the okay with what I asked before.
Great.
But it's just up to Casey to go, okay, this is part of me now. Just take notice of your body too. So when you watch this, see how things are going on inside. I've got twitching, and that's, to me, this change is happening.
Great. So does Casey have to, and any of our people on the chat room, because that's what this session is all about, which is exciting, is it when you say, I'd like to, you ask for that to come in, do they have to physically ask for it or mentally ask for it, say, please bring in that strength from that life?
Probably more of a mental thing.
Mental?
You can verbalise it,
sure.
And that's cool, because that's us knowing it ourselves, acknowledging it ourselves. But when I'm asking, I wasn't even asking Casey, I was asking beyond her.
Correct.
Her, like I said, her soul in a sense.
Exactly.
And to her core essence, and saying, hey, is this okay?
Yeah.
Because I believe past lives is, we could put it like movies. You got Tom Cruise, he was back in Top Gun, and he acted, and that was a life for him. He lived that life. Movie finishes, that's our life, we pass away.
Yeah.
And he waits around until the next acting job comes along. But he brings that skill
to the next one.
Into the next one, and,
sure.
And from then on. But we're also concerned as well, if you're a Rocky 1, bring out Rambo.
Exactly.
Because you want that fighting spirit to be a school teacher.
Yes.
Or like Arnie did, and those ones where they went from one extreme to the next, but they still kept that power.
Yes. Yeah.
The knowledge.
Fantastic. So yeah, it's about then making that decision.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we all can do this. We really need to just know we can.
Yes.
You know, it's just something I wasn't told. I stumbled across this. And it was only when my guide said, hey, ask them. And I was interested because before I put them through a regression, I asked them, they're going, yep. And I went, yeah, it doesn't matter what you say now, because we're not going to ask you anymore. When you regress, we're talking to the pure you.
Yes, that's
and
right.
That's
Soul
going
essence.
to answer us.
Soul essence. 100%.
Yeah, and I got the same reply with her. Yep. He was really excited.
Yeah.
And for me, it was like, wow, this really is
Casey
strong.
just said, wow, yes, I'm very out there. So she's absolutely listening. So we'll see what she comes back with. And now we'll go to our next person. Unless there was anything else.
No,
that's for Casey, which is great. Now, Melissa said, I would love some insight from Ivan relating to myself as well, please. So let's see which of Melissa's past lives or which one is the most relevant right here, right now to help her.
Getting a bit uncomfortable on this one. So you can scratch it away, you can see that.
Yeah.
Something just digs straight into the back of me.
Wow.
I'm trying to search on my own. You can't see it, there's no mirror there, but I'm searching on my own self to see where this impact was, to find out why and what's going on. Hi Melissa, sorry. I feel at this time I feel like I'm a child, everything inside me, because even the body I'm scratching seems like a very small one. Unfortunately, this was a short-lived experience on the plane, but so they want to tell you you're going to get two, because that one was more. There's a physical pain. It's like I've constantly been stabbed in my back. She hasn't learned from that yet. This is more of an arrow type feeling because I never saw this coming in the slightest. But they're saying, understand that sometimes we think that's happening and it's not. We can put that around. And not just saying that I'm just going around and got the conspiracy theories going on, but this is more, yes, it can be happening, but it's how you deal with it. Nowadays you get an arrow in you, they can fix you and heal you. Depends where it hits you, but generally you can get better from it. So just know that even though things like that are happening from behind you, that girl then knew that. It was beyond her control. She didn't like it, but that's how it happened for her. Quick turnaround. Interesting. We always believe that sometimes we could be hanging around in spirit world for centuries. I've seen people literally die and then come back very quickly within months, and this one feels like months that we've chosen to come back in that sense. But it's quite interesting because when you come back, you've gone into the whole extreme that you were I want to say the perpetrator in this sense. It was like you were running around taking your old power, and this was you finding the balance in yourself. And I feel that she's a lot more balanced in this life. Still can easily flip to one extreme or the other, but it sits in the balance a lot. And I feel that one, they've got me on the River Nile. That was quite interesting. It just went in my head. I'm a land dweller, farmer type person. I'm constantly digging up. Nothing's grown, but we're digging it up. I feel like I'm wasting my time, but that's what the energy feels like. But they know if they don't keep doing it, they won't eat, they won't survive, and that's the survival, the instincts inside her that still brings her to now where she knows when to walk or when to stay and digs her heels in, because we're going, no, it will work, it will work. So even though this guy knows he's digging away, eventually there will be food if they do it enough and put enough. You know, plant 100 seeds, you may get 4, but that 4 is better than nothing. And this is just her understanding that it's there and it's brought that energy into you. It's good, that's already integrated into you. You've already got this knowledge going on. Just a normal person who just lives, breathes, loves what they do, and that they've come in and just said, okay, it's time for you to step up. We've laid those platforms, and this body needs to step up, step sideways, step backwards. Keep moving. And I don't want to say, look, you need to be doing this, because they're just saying, we've done this, you just need to put this into practice now. And she feels like a really young energy. So they've got time on your side. So don't worry about it. Use this energy. Use the knowledge. You already feel deep down that this is there. And it's just the go getting going on.
Okay.
In that sense, because both of them still did what they had to do, regardless of the situation. Good trade. Good trade. Okay, I've lost that one.
Okay, so that was for Melissa. So get going, honey bun. That's what it's. That seems to be the message. Now, Casey said yes, definitely okay to stepping into it, and she said, it's funny you say I was afraid of things in the ocean because I'm so scared of sharks now. And she said, but she's never had any bad experience with them. He was on the water a lot.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of sharks. I like them over there.
Yeah.
But sharks do what sharks do.
Okay, exactly.
Yeah.
You've got to be in their environment for them to think that you're edible.
Yeah, unless you're Jaws and they come out of the water and get in the boat. Something like that.
Yes.
Unlikely.
That was a little bit of a stretch, wasn't it?
Yeah.
With the old Jaws. Yeah. Now, Karen said, what past life most directly affects me in this life, please, Ivan? Hey, Karen.
Hi, Karen. For me, all they're saying is the last one, the last one, the last one. Everything that they're showing me at the moment, and sometimes I'm not really keen on seeing the images they show us, but and they're not always pretty. Not everyone dies in a gory death or anything like that. I've actually seen a guy fall over just as a heart attack farming. And I thought that was sweet, because I've seen a lot of other ones.
Yes,
and because back in days, a lot of people died that way, compared to the majority who had died of old age or something like that. But this one seems more that the last one was more of an abusive thing for her, and I think she's very still standoffish. It's like her body really resonates with the abusive people in around them. It's weird. Okay. And I mean this in a non-judgmental way, but it's like that Karen likes the thank you for rewording it, the rough stuff. And I don't, some people like being physically hurt. Karen doesn't. But she likes a tomboy. That makes sense.
Okay.
And that's why she likes being physical. She's not punching people or anything like that, or, well, I hope not. But it's her choice in that sense. They're just saying that the last one, everything was so raw and fresh that it really brings it into this physical body now.
Okay.
And there's that feeling of a male, and I want to step back, but that's why I become a tomboy. And the body's going, well, you can't step back. You've actually got to embrace it. Sorry, I'm using you as Karen right now.
No problem. Yeah. So physical. Do you like to be physical?
Yeah, she's a physical person.
Okay.
But it's when she sees, some people, we could see someone get hit and we think, okay, they've just been hit. Karen cringes.
Okay.
Because of the memory of it really deep. Very fair. That's unfair. That shouldn't happen. So she has a very strong value that shouldn't happen. So I've drawn a line and saying, no, can't do that.
Yeah.
And that's her giving her morals into this thing and what's right and wrong, but her body still resonates with that energy.
Okay.
So she may have had a few abusive relationships or being around people that are really aggressive, and she likes them, but the energy is what's attracting. Like people like the bad boys.
Okay.
And it's just in that sense. She has a beautiful energy, which is really nice to see, but I feel very male dominated in her life.
Okay, right.
And that's because of what happened in that one. It's just transferred. Learned the lesson from the last life, but we didn't do it. So they don't understand the lesson. Every life we have, there's a lesson in it.
Right.
And it could be simple as forgiveness or acceptance, or sometimes just realising that we can't control everything. And that could be where control is taken away from you, and you become a slave in a sense. But it's just shifting like that one, and you understood that those things weren't right, but in me, what they're saying is your soul wasn't happy in how you handled it, but you're doing a lot better in this life.
Okay.
But it's still